Hey guys, all right. So what you're looking at right now isn't as wild and crazy and complicated as it might look. For those of you who are used to Google Sheets, this will look pretty simple. Those of you who are not using Google Sheets or Excel very much, and I really don't, this might look a little wild and crazy, but I'm going to explain it. It's really simple. This is how we're going to track as a group collectively the results that we're getting from various lead sources that we test. We're starting with a very simple, inexpensive lead source to test as a group collectively, the 1 cent leads, which at the time of recording this, I'm not sure if it's $30 a month to get 3,000 leads, or if it's $30 setup plus $30 a month. So maybe $60 your first month, then $30 a month to get 1 cent leads. I think it might be the latter. Anyway, if you're interested, both options, whichever it is, if it's $60 your first month and 30 a month thereafter for 1 cent leads, for 3,000 leads, this is an incredible offer if it works, but we're testing it. And I can't stress enough, I don't want you joining into this if you're going to be emotionally attached to the 30 bucks, or if you don't understand that we're testing and that marketing is a guaranteed win when you approach it as a process. And I'm going to be your guide through this process. This is just one of the lead sources that I wanted to test because I kept hearing about a lot of great results from people, one that we trusted. Otherwise, I would have never tested something like this because it's just too inexpensive for me to believe they'd be effective. But I sent some emails out and I didn't get spam complaints. I got some opens, I got some clicks, and that caught my attention. So we're going to use this as an inexpensive way to start a collective testing process. I'm giving you guys the emails. You see here in the first column. So for those of you who are actually doing this, go ahead and follow along. And by the way, you're going to see people filling in information possibly as I'm talking, because we have the group that is testing on the team these leads with us, and they're reporting so we can see trends. So every day, I'm giving 2 different emails for us to test with these leads, and we call it email A and email B, and you guys get to choose which one you're testing, so we can kind of start to see a pattern of the types of emails that we send out that might be more effective than others. And then you guys in the group, you can ignore B. This is just us telling us if we got you in the chat group or not, where we're communicating, those of you who are participating in this. So again, if you want to participate in this and you're not in here already, email support@predictable-system.com. Again, that's support@predictable-system.com, and let us know who referred you to us. If it was Robin or I, we'll send you our link to this. If not, we want you to go back to your referrer and see if they're in this and get their referral link, because there is an affiliate program affiliated with it. I didn't even know that when I started testing them, but it is quite remarkable. If the leads turn out to be good, this will be something for giving people a low-cost, low-budget way to participate in a simple way of building their business. So anyway, those of you who are in, email A or B. I'll give you 2 different choices, and you'll tell me which one you did here by going into the Google Sheet. And in the chat group, I give you a link to the Google Sheet. Column D, what subject line did you use for the email that you sent out to your leads? And I give you lots of different subject lines you can choose from, and we're going to kind of start to see, because every lead source kind of has different personalities, has different types of people on it. So I'm going to be testing different language. We're not emotionally attached to the result. We're looking at learning. You guys will get to have me guide you through that process. I think you can learn a lot about how you just go about testing different things and lead sources and just kind of sniff around till you find the mother lode, the gold vein, the sources that work really well. This will be one of many that we'll be testing. I always consider us testing until we just find like massive results. You're getting results along the way, typically. You might test a lead source here and there that you don't get much out of, and then you stop, but you're never emotionally involved or attached to that. We're just constantly testing different things, and then you might find something that gets good results, and we stick with that, and we start testing other things while we keep doing the one that gets good results, and that until you find great results. And sometimes you just find ridiculously good results for a while with something, and then we all jump on it, until we saturate it and use it all up. You just keep doing this, and I'm going to do this with different lead sources at different price points from different places. And I'll invite you guys into the process. We're starting with these really inexpensive leads. This is a great place to set up the process. So column E, guys, for those of you doing this, some of this is self-explanatory, the day sent. You see we just started, so to say Sunday if you got yours out today. Column F, emailed from. So MLGS stands for the name of the lead source. It's just the acronym. If sometimes I'll be sending like I sent this is me here, guys. So I sent email B. I used this subject line, swore you'd never do network marketing again. I used, I think, yeah. I sent it out Sunday today. I emailed from the actual place where you buy the leads. That's the other thing to know about this is you can actually send the emails from the place you buy the leads. But somebody reported that they felt like maybe the emails weren't delivering as well from there, but we're going to test that. And so I'll be sending them from there, but I'll also be sending them from another email system that I have. But if you guys don't have another email system, or you're still setting that up, or still figuring out how to get leads like into your Kartra or whatever, you can just send them directly from here and participate from this system where you get the leads at no additional cost. And then column G says HW or PS funnel. So this is saying, this is wanting you to indicate, did you send them to your predictable system, the funnel that we built for you, or the Hempworx funnel? So if it's the Hempworx funnel, then it's a funnel like this, or one of these. If it's the PS funnel, that's this one, okay? How am I gonna find that? Okay, here it is. So I sent them, this time I sent them to the Hempworx funnel, but I'm gonna test different things. And then H column, prospect name. Did you include the prospect name in the email? So there's a way to do it where, and I'm not going to teach this right now, but some of you figured it out or already know how to do this, where you can include the prospect name. I said no, I'm just keeping it really simple, but I'm going to start testing using their name, and we'll start to see if there's a trend of a better result. Time sent, you want to give that always in Pacific time. If you don't know what time it is, Pacific time, go to Google and type in, what time is it right now? Pacific time. And so you're going to put the Pacific time that you sent the email to see if we can start to find a trend with this particular lead source, that it's a better time to send. By the way, if you send it from MLGS, you do have the option of sending it at the best time that that lead opens their emails. Like, it somehow actually knows that, apparently. And in that case, you'd put like used MLGS, optimal time to send, or something like, to indicate that you selected that option if you sent it from there, to have it send to each individual email at the best time for them. We'll have more training on this. I'm just giving a quick training for those of you in, and those of you kind of listening, standing by. We want to understand the process of how we collectively test as a group and gather information, and how we're going to evolve this across testing lots of different lead sources and graduate into more complicated lead sources, but higher quality ones like YouTube ads, which is where we're going here soon. Open rate at the 24-hour period. So you'd say, what was the percentage number of people who opened at about the 24-hour mark? It doesn't have to be perfect. Maybe you don't see that till 26 hours or whatever, but don't report it until it's about 24 hours or maybe a day and a half, something like that, but over 24 hours. And then what's the click-through rate at the 24-hour mark? And how many pre-enrollees did you get? I don't expect a lot of pre-enrollees initially. We've got a lot to figure out. That's the point of marketing. We start to narrow in on things. What kind of subject lines do they need to see? What kind of people are they? And I'll be guiding this process. But what we want to see are some opens and some clicks at least, and expect some pre-enrollees. But we'll see. Like, again, when you're talking about 1 cent leads, we might have to go through a lot of leads, start getting pre-enrollees. And I also heard from people that have been successful with these leads that you got to kind of prime them. In other words, they need to see emails from you for a while. And so we'll be sending some emails, for example, that go to the Hempworx page. We'll send some emails that go to the marketing funnel we built for you. We'll send some emails to them, to the same group. We keep sending emails to them. They start to get to know you. It's about relationships. So I don't expect right away a lot of pre-enrollees. It might not be until like the 10th or 15th email that starts to happen. That's what we're going to be watching for. And by the way, when you learn things like this, a lot of what we learn, and I've learned over the years a lot of things, but the things which is what's telling me what to test and look for. But a lot of what we weren't learning, a lot of what you learned through this process with these leads applies to other leads that we'll test. We might start to use, doesn't that just make sense that as you start to see what kinds of email subject lines and what kinds of, what time of day, and so we start to kind of pinpoint with these types of lead sources, even if we get them from other places, like from inside the My Daily Choice site itself, a lot of what we learn in here carries over. And then, of course, I'm entering into this with 15 years of experience, so I'm coming into it kind of knowing what to test and what to start with. Open rates, at 1 week mark. So now you would say how many people opened it after a week, click-through rates. By the way, click-through rate means how many people clicked on the link in the email. If you don't know how to figure this stuff out, you'll learn it through time. Don't be in a rush. Be patient with me as I teach you all of this if you're brand new, but you will learn it just by hanging out with the group, asking questions. Be patient. We'll get you set up. We'll make videos as we see people need more help. We'll have interactive calls. So leave it blank if you don't know what to do. Just put a question mark or something like that. Pre-enrollees at the 1 week mark, pretty self-explanatory. And then give the URL that you use. Now, if you're using a tracking code, by the way, if you do not know what I mean by tracking code, don't worry, we'll get to that. But those of you who do know what I mean, if you're using a tracking code from the tools and advertising section of your My Daily Choice site, don't put that URL here, because if someone clicks on it, it's going to count, it's going to track that result, which will confuse you. So if you used a tracking, just use the site. All I want to know from this, I want to be able to see like the page, just to confirm that we know what you're talking about. So, oops, I think I accidentally put it. There we go. So like, I just want to be able to see the page. So give me the URL, but not the tracking code, if you know what I mean. Hopefully you do. If I see you doing it wrong, I'll let you know. So there is an affiliate program with this, and that's why it's so important that if Robin, Lynn, or I didn't refer you to Hempworx and to our system, go to the person who did and see if they are signed up with this thing and get their link. Stay true to that. If they're not signed up with it, they can find out about it. If they don't want to be involved, then you can sign up with us if you want to participate in the testing of this. But don't sign up with us to expect a lot of results. Right now, right here, we're just testing an inexpensive lead source and starting this process of how to work together and report this stuff. Which will be a phenomenal learning process for you as we navigate and start to test other lead sources. This is going to be like a process that continues to evolve and allows us to learn really quickly as a group, saving a lot of money and a lot of time for those participating in this. And we'll report this to everybody, but of course, those actively participating tend to learn faster. So this is just a great low-cost way to get started with that process, and we might find great results from this. If we don't, though, and that's going to be upsetting to you, don't participate in it. Like, wait till we find the mother lode, if that's where you're at. But I will, really underscore those that can participate in things like this. You just tend to learn faster and get faster results. You start to know what's going on. Your confidence skyrockets. And as we move into testing other lead sources, that knowledge and skill compounds. All right, guys, so we're going to test this as we're going to always be testing or trying to find low-cost methods for the people who come into our group that can't afford to do YouTube ads and some of the more sophisticated stuff. So we're starting here with the testing as a group. Then we'll move on to testing other lead sources that I've been doing in a similar fashion. And then we'll move on to the more advanced stuff like YouTube ads for those that really want to blast off. Now, those of you who are in the Ambassador or Profit Platform group, that's level 3 pro level. We're starting here. These are guerrilla online marketing strategies here, but just know that when you launch your more comprehensive funnel, that's going to be something you can really scale. So we're going to be dinking around a little bit here with the guerrilla online strategies. That has a lot less capacity for scale, but it's fast to get going. As you can see, we just start marketing, right? Sending like emails to these leads. But the insane results, and where you can really scale up and have massive automation, massive number of leads coming through and cash flow coming in that helps you offset your ad costs. That's that Ambassador Profit Platform system, pro level. If you haven't learned about that, ask somebody for the Online Success Strategy class. When I say somebody, I mean the person who referred you. Definitely go to the person who referred you, because that's also an affiliate program. It's very important that we respect the affiliate network, and I won't get into why, but it's extremely important for everybody, including you, to respect the the referral network. So if you want to know about level 3 pro level Ambassador Profit Platform, that more sophisticated comprehensive funnel that takes more to set up, but then you can really scale your marketing. You can do Facebook ads or any ads anywhere and scale, and we show you all that and help you set that up. Ask the person who referred you to us for a link to the free online success strategy to learn what that is. Now, it's not free to have us set that up because it's extremely comprehensive, but even just learning about the strategy of the comprehensive strategy can be really enlightening and help you really understand how all this works. Now, what we're doing here is guerrilla online marketing strategies. This is available for people at level 2, but I will say those at level 1, they can do this really inexpensive version. So even if you're at level 1, you could like participate in this. Now, most of the guerrilla online marketing strategies will be a little bit more costly than this. Even YouTube ads we can do at level 2 with the guerrilla online marketing strategies. We'll talk a lot more about that. Don't worry about having to follow all that right now. I'm going to have jumpstart orientation sessions going over everything in a really organized fashion, what all of your options are for generating leads, how you can participate in all of this, how to get up and started without being overwhelmed. So if you're new or needing to get plugged in, look for a jumpstart orientation. I'm having a one tomorrow, Monday at 1 o'clock Pacific, and I will share the replay Monday afternoon, but we'll keep having them at different times of the week and so forth. So just look for jumpstart orientation, replay or live, to get tied into everything in a really organized fashion and know how to plug in to what's best for where you're at right now. Okay, so this was kind of twofold, showing those of you who have gotten started with joining us and testing these 1 cent leads, how to use this Google sheet. Oh, I forgot to mention, we just every day we redo it. So tomorrow you'll see the same thing, and we'll just keep testing every day. All right, guys. And I should mention, I also want to make this video for everybody in the community, because I'm going to post this just to kind of know what's going on behind the scenes, right? Or maybe, those of you who see this and you want to join in and be a part of this, just email support@predictable-system.com. If Robin or I referred you to everything that we're doing here. If somebody else referred you, reach out to them first and see if they're involved and if they already have a link. If they don't, and they don't want to get one, then you can contact us and we'll plug you in. All right, guys, I'll have a lot more on this. I'll see you soon.